is you fucking with me, then you fuck with Cisco. We gon' make it anarchy. Every day is Saturday. Biggest thing in comedy. Nigga, stop the flattery. He dropping all this money, but he never dropping calories. We keep these niggas.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Don't Be Weird Podcast. Today's a very special episode because I got my boy Yuli the Monster here. So give him a big round of applause. This is us, bro. Dude, I'm super fucking excited, right?
You,
because I remember, so we both have mutual friends and stuff like that. So I remember Nato talking to me, right? And if you guys don't know who Nato is, it's Nato's World or something like that. Yeah. He would tell me, yo, there's this dude, Miami, like he's Miami bred, like the dude's a fucking beast, he's a fucking great boxer. And I was like, dude, like, you know, you hear that, like I travel the country. So I hear people like, oh, I'm a boxer, I'm this, I'm that. Absolutely. And they haven't, like, you watching me, it's just like, I remember him taking me to your event at the Hard Rock, right? Who were you fighting that day?
Some dude out of Mike Sawyer, I think his name, out of Orlando or something like that. Yeah.
So initially, you had a different fighter that night, right?
Right.
My understanding was that you had a different fighter, and he twisted his ankle or some shit like that.
Yeah, no, he fell out. Yeah, he fell off a motorcycle like a week before the fight.
First of all, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Second of all, so I think they still wanted you to fight.
Right.
So they found somebody, and I remember sitting there watching the previous boxing matches, and I'm just like, oh, this is cool. And then you go up fucking intro. I don't know what song it was. It was some Miami shit, right?
Yeah, it was always some Miami shit for sure.
And I remember, dude, you had the ski mask on, and like the production of it was fire. Like the intimidation, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize those little nuances are important. So like the intimidation of getting on stage with the ski mask, you know, and your fucking ponytail coming out the top. Like you look like a real Miami goon to me, bro. And I'd be scared if I had to fight you, nigga. And then I just remember, dude, how long was that fight? Like 30 seconds, maybe?
Yeah, it lasted about a minute and a half tops.
Dude, like I remember you hit him with like a body shot.
Yeah.
And all I heard was his breath. Like he just
he screamed real loud too. It was weird.
It was some bitch scream, dude. So I was impressed ever since then, bro.
Thank you,
I remember messaging you, telling you like, yo, dude, fucking I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to become a fan of somebody. So I'm actually excited that you're here. So there's a lot of shit I want to talk about, but first of all, introduce yourself. Tell them what, you know, like tell them everything that you do, everything that you've been doing.
Right, for sure. Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity, my brother. Thank you for sure. This is an awesome to be doing it with you. So Yuli, the Monster Diaz, born and raised in the county of Dade, Miami, Florida. You know, I've been a street dude my whole life, you know, getting in and out of trouble, in and out of prison, in and out of all types of bad things. I'm 39 years old. 4 years ago at 35, I had what I like to call a come to God moment.
Yeah.
I was living in Colorado. I was part of the gold/green rush, you know, and excuse me. Sorry.
No, you're good, brother.
So I was part of that gold/green rush, and bro, I was just tired of the street life, bro. You know, I had like an incident happen with some people I was working with. And for the first time in my life, I like to tell people this story. For the first time in my life, that day, I did math in the sense that I was 35. I put 10 years on myself. I was like, damn, at 45, am I still going to try to be selling weed and like trying to make something off the street?
Yeah.
And, you know, I grew up with Pitbull, and I remember coming up with him. As he's coming up, he was telling me, oh, wait, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, watch, I'm going to be blown up. I'm like, dog, I can't see 5 minutes in front of me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So finally that day I put those 10 years on my head. I said, 45, bro, am I going to be doing this, dog? And, bro, it dropped me to my knees. I cried, snot coming out my nose, bro, and I was like, I can't do it. I always loved to fight. Like I said, fighting got me in trouble from kindergarten. It got me kicked out of school in high school. It got me sent to prison as an adult. Always got me in trouble. Now it gets me paid. I had that come to God moment. Came to Miami, was training, took a fight, and I gotta turn that shit off. My bad, bro.
It's all good, bro.
You know, took my first pro fight, and it was amazing, bro. It was the best high I ever had in my life, and it just, here I am today, 4 years later, you know?
So let's start from the beginning, right? So what do you mean you were getting into fights in school?
So from kindergarten, bro. My mom will tell you. You know what I mean? This is a true story. I went to 3 different kindergartens. I was just a hyperactive kid. I was always kind of aggressive, you know? As I was growing up, you know, I grew up a single child till I was 10. So my sister's 10 years younger than me, but I never really grew up with her. You know, she was a baby as I started coming up. I was always felt I was the protector of my friends. I always felt I had this warrior spirit. Yeah. I was never a bully. Never picked on people.
Yeah.
Never did anything like that. I actually liked to fight bullies as I was coming up.
Yeah.
But I always loved to fight.
Yeah.
So I get to, through middle school, got into some fights, would get suspended and stuff, get brought back. Then I get to high school. I get expelled from school for fighting. So I always got that fire, that spark in me.
Yeah, for sure.
And then as I get older, I joined the military, try to get away from the streets and stuff. In the military, I get in a fight that sends me to jail.
Yeah.
I get put on probation, get kicked out of the military, get sent back to Miami. When I'm in Miami on probation, I get into a fight with an officer.
And this is like already after high school?
Yeah, this is already after high school.
Okay, so we're gonna get there because I'm very interested in like how you got to jail and stuff like that, because I feel like and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm naive when it comes to this, but I feel like not a lot of people are able to succeed after they get out of jail or prison or whatever.
The rate of people going back is very high.
Yeah, for sure. Because I remember talking to a CO and they're like, and whenever they release somebody, they'll be like, oh, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like the running joke, right?
Right.
So, but in school, right? Were you like a good student? Like, were you a straight A student? Were you a decent student?
I was never so. I wasn't dumb. I just never applied myself in school.
100%.
So I always, at a young age, I never had a father figure. This is something that has a lot to do with it. Especially me now that I have kids and I'm on top of them. I never had, and this is not a pity trip. This is a true story. I never had a father, an uncle, a cousin, a male role model.
Yeah.
I never had a guy tell me, "Yo, kid, you're good at this. Forget your friends. Stick to it." Never had that ever. Everything I figured out on my own, and I went off what my friends liked. My friends got into basketball, I got into basketball. We did this, I did that.
Yeah, so you were just like, wherever the wave takes me.
Right, but then they go home and they have their people, tell them what to do. I never had anybody. My mom
was she around often? Your mom, at least.
My mom is a great mother.
Yeah,
she's still alive, thank God. She wasn't around much as a kid because she was working her ass off trying to keep a roof on my head and clothes on my back.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
She come home, she feed me. She was a good mom, and get home, figure out I had bad grades, whip my ass, you know what I mean? But then as soon as she's gone, I'm trying to
figure it out.
So
dude, I'll tell you a little bit about my childhood, right? Like, I remember, so I had my mom and dad, right? And I'm not trying to gloat, but my childhood wasn't, like, I didn't apply myself either. But I was very intelligent. Right. I was very intuitive, right? So like I was very observant about my surroundings, and even though I wasn't paying attention in class, I still knew what I was. Like I wasn't stupid.
I knew that I was doing bad. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing bad because I didn't get it. I was doing bad because I wanted to. Right? You didn't want to fucking do the work.
Right. And I've always said this, dude. Growing up, like I was like, I would do my classwork, I wouldn't do my homework.
Right.
And my dad would beat my ass and be like, "Why the fuck don't you do the homework?" And I'm like, "Dad, do you do work when you get out of work?" I go to work. I go to school for 8 hours, right? Why do I have to do more work when I get out of school? This is my time, right? I go, this is your time when you get out of work? I don't see you going through your insurance papers and filing claims at 6 p.m., you know what I'm saying? And he would beat my ass because he hated that concept. He hated the idea that I was, and maybe I'm wrong. Okay, dude, you fucking, what's going on? It turned off. Well,
there goes that one.
There goes that GoPro. It turned off? Which one? The Magic?
Yeah, my bad.
That's like the best camera?
I didn't tell him about it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
My bad.
All right, what was that?
This definitely got to go on a clip.
Yeah, for sure. Because that one's still recording, and it's still recording over there, right?
And this is still recording too. My bad, girl.
But that one's still good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, the good shit about this is that since they're true stories and we don't lie about shit, ain't nothing we got to make up or remember.
At all, dude. It's fucking. It's
That's why I always tell people, like, they were like, "Hey, you want me to send you some questions?" I'm like, "Nah, bro. It's my life."
Usually, so this is what I learned about because I do a lot of radio and shit on the road. I just learned that, dude, just be like, let it happen. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to talk about something, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, we ready? Yeah. All right, I forgot where I was.
You don't want to do work after school.
Oh, yeah.
I would beat your ass.
Yeah. So my dad was like he would just be mad about it, and I'm just like, dude, I'm a smart kid. Like I this is what I knew. If I didn't do homework, I would get C's and D's in class. Right.
You passed.
Sometimes like D's wasn't really passing in high school at the time. I think you needed a C to pass. So what I did was midterms and finals, I got straight A's.
Nice.
So my GPA would be chest passing. Like that's how smart I was, dude. Like you remember the FCAT?
Of course. No. How old are you?
I'm 34.
I'm 39. I didn't have the FCAT. I don't think.
No?
No.
Okay.
We had SATs.
Yeah,
I never had the FCAT. I don't think
had-
so. I don't fucking remember.
I had the FCAT, dude, and FCAT was like a big deal, right? Because it's like you had reading comprehension, you had math, and you had reading comprehension, math, and literature, right?
Basically, like SATs.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same shit, but they give it to you like 3 times within your, between middle school and high school. You take it like 3 different times. I think like 8th grade and then like 11th or something like that. So I remember being in 11th grade and I took the FCAT and I aced it. And they looked at it and they were like, and they looked at my grades and they're like, this doesn't match. They thought I stole a copy of the actual FCAT.
That's awesome.
And aced it, right? So they made me take the test again because they came up to me and they're like, this doesn't make sense. Like, did you?
Right.
And they questioned me, bro. Like, if I was a fucking criminal, they're like, where'd you get the answer? And I'm like, dude, I don't have the answer, bro. Like, I'm literally this smart.
Answer the question.
Yeah, dude. So they gave me another test with different questions, aced it again, and then they try to put me in smarter classes. But me, I was like, I don't want to do that shit. Right. I just want to go out, play basketball, fucking be a fucking kid,
exactly.
dog.
Exactly. I'm just trying to get by, bro.
Yeah,
Man.
dog.
Exactly.
Like I feel like everybody has their role in school, dude. Like you have the smart kids, and I got along with every clique.
Yeah, me too.
Because there was the goth, there was the fucking black kids, there was the Latinos,
nerds,
there was and the Latinos were worse because them niggas, they were wearing tight pants since back in the days. And you had your white kids, and then I was just that one kid that got along with every fucking group, bro. Yeah. So you didn't define yourself with a group. You just like
no. I always got along with. Like I still do. I'm a social butterfly. You know what I mean? I get along with everybody, man. Yeah. And I take pride in that. I take pride in getting along with everybody, and I love that. I tell everybody I'm an oxymoron because I look.
You look scary.
Right. Everybody tells me I look scary. I got the tattoos. I got the gold teeth. I got. I ran with gangs at a certain point in my life, but I was never a bully. Like however you were, if I liked you, and I got along with you. Yeah. And I tell people it's a gift. I believe in God, so I say God. But God gave me a gift that in the first 5-10 seconds of talking to you, I know whether I like you or I don't. You know what I mean?
I remember meeting you for the first time, and I went to your comedy show.
Yeah.
You came to my comedy show, and dude, I was like, who is this nigga? He brought to and I had to say something, right? Like I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure.
I remember you trying to make me get on stage and dance. I was like, I don't dance.
I'm wild, dude. My shows are never fucking planned.
Bro, you got it with one dude in the crowd. You killed him.
Oh yeah, was it the Haitian one?
The Haitian dude. Yeah. Killed him, bro.
That dude was wearing the weirdest outfit.
Yeah, he was.
It was so gay, dude. I don't know, whatever. Yeah. But I remember meeting you, and I initially was like you seem like even though you look tough, I was like, yo, you're a cool ass dude. Yeah. And yes, but so I do have one question, right, from your school experience. What was the worst fight that you got into?
The worst fight that I got into, you know what? They were all.
Nothing stands out. Like there's not one specific.
No, the one that stands out was the one before the one that got me expelled. So the one that got me suspended, right? Mm-hmm. Was it was my friend's problem. That's another thing that got me in a lot of trouble. Was me being my friend's protector. I got into shit that wasn't even my problem. But so. It was picture day. I'll never forget. All of us come on the hallway. None of us came out to take pictures. We just came out to hang out while everybody's doing their shit. So my boys tell me, man, I got problems with this dude. He said this and that and the other. I'm like, all right, cool. I will listen. When we see him, it's on. Bro, and
that's the most Miami shit.
Exactly.
I see you on site, fam.
Yeah, on site, bro. Let's run it. And bro, as God will have it, brother. We're in one side of the hallway. A dude opens the door, and it's his birthday. He's coming through the other side of the hallway. He has balloons attached to his book bag, and he's with his homeboy. Homeboy has part to do with the story, so I'll get to that now. So we meet up in the middle of the hallway, walking towards each other. I tell my boy, we're walking like, yo, you got to tell this dude something now. You know what I mean? So we get there and they're like, hey, you bitch and you pussy and this and that and the other.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there steaming, bro. And they're not even looking at me. They're looking at each other. And my boy's like, man, you're a pussy. The dude's holding his book bag. Balloons hanging. It's his birthday. He's like, nah. You know, it's bad words here, right?
Yeah,
he's like, bro, fuck you. And I just sucker punched him. I didn't even hit him with my fist. I hit him like one of those slap fist punches.
You weren't a professional back then.
Exactly. And the dude collapsed, just fainted, balloons in the air. He's on the floor like Nate Robinson. Dude. He's on the floor.
Oh my god!
And balloons in the air, and right there we looked, and I'm like, oh shit! I ain't gonna lie, I kind of panicked for a minute. I'm like, oh shit, Nick died.
Yeah.
So we run back. We all switch shirts in the hallway, right? The 15, 16-year-old thing to do is say we switch our shirts. I go back to my room, to my classroom. About 10 minutes later, cops come in the room.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
yeah, Ulysses Diaz, yeah, come with me. Boom. Cuffed up right there in the hallway. Take me to the office. They
cuffed you though?
Yeah, they cuffed me in the hallway. Not in the classroom. They cuffed me in the hallway. Took me to the office, and they started the process of going to jail. I find out there. They show me a picture of him. I broke his orbital bone. I broke it.
Fucker.
Yeah, he had a brother in school. His brother's forming a show in the office.
Yeah.
So they put me in a cop car. The cop comes in and tells me, he's like, hey, if I put this guy's brother's going to jail too. He formed a show in the office.
Yeah.
If I put him in the car with you, you guys back to right. Or if you put him in the car, I'm not going to kick this guy to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's no way. So all right. So we're on the way to jail. When I get to the juvenile detention center, the cop gets out of the car. He comes back to the car before he gets me out. He goes, hey, listen, man, this dude's talking shit. I'm going to uncuff you guys, and I'm going to let you guys run a one-on-one.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. That's my shit, too, bro.
Yo, they just wanted to see the fight,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and this kid was talking his ass off. So I'm like, all right. So they bring us in. They search us first, make sure we ain't got on us. And then they put me in one corner of the room. They put him in one corner, and the cop tells him, hey, what's up with all this shit you were talking? And the kid starts panicking. He's like, fucking, I didn't say shit. Why are you starting problems? This and that and the other. Ends up, when nothing happens, we get in jail, wait for my mom to come pick me up and beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you guys didn't get in a fight in that room?
No, we didn't get in a fight. He didn't want no problems. And again, I'm not a bully. I saw the scaredness in him. I'm not going to hit this guy.
Yeah, you won, dog.
Exactly.
You know?
So 10 days later, I get back from detention. The guy who was with the guy knocked out, that's where this guy comes into the story. It was going to lunch. He's there, and we get into it, and I sent him to the hospital. I didn't knock him out, but I hurt him bad. I sent him to the hospital too, and right there's my expulsion started. You know what I mean? They sent me to an opportunity school called MacArthur South for people from Miami that are hearing this.
Yeah.
And,
I remember that shit. Dude.
Yeah. And once I got there, I'm like, what am I doing in MacArthur? This is like I was fighting on the bus on the way to school. So it was. But that's kind of like my most memorable one in school for the fact that was the one that started my little downward spiral, and it gave me. Which is, I'm not trying to boast about this, but it gives you this sense. I was a kid, so I knocked this dude out, and I hurt this other dude, so it gave me this sense of power, right? It's a sense of I'm a bad motherfucker, but in the wrong way. You know what I mean? But you don't know this as a kid. I'm a fighter, so I'm like, oh, I love this shit.
Yeah.
As I grow up, you look back, and I'm kind of, in a sense, for lack of a better word, embarrassed, because I was like, damn, I could have done better if I knew better. You know what I mean? If I knew better, you do better.
You know what, dude? I get it, bro. But fuck it.
You're right. No, absolutely. It made you times today.
Exactly, bro. You wouldn't be a bad motherfucker in that ring if it wasn't for that, right? So that's number one. Number two, like, I also want you to understand, like, people don't. The way I view people, like, fuck the past, dude. The past is the past. It does help figure out where you're at in the present,
right?
But it doesn't change the fact that, like, you could be a good dude,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm just saying, like,
no, absolutely.
In the grand scheme of things, when you judge people, because there's people that, like, just judge you off the looks, dog, and like. Like, especially for me, right? So, like, here in Miami,
I get that all the time, bro. I get that all the time.
Dude, I can only imagine, bro. Like, but to give you an example, right? Like, here in Miami, I'm a Latino. When I go to LA, I'm black.
Yeah.
And it's fucking weird to me, right? Because, like, the moment I land in LA, Mexicans, like let's pretend I'm with, like, a real Latino-looking Mexican dude. They'll talk to him straight in Spanish. Oh, yeah, chinga, yeah. And then the moment they get to me, so what do you want? And I'm just like, nigga, I heard everything. I understood everything, And they thought, like, I didn't know a lot of shit. Yeah. So, like, Mexicans call black people mayates.
Mayate, yeah.
And if people don't know what a mayate is, it's a fucking shit bug. It's a black.
Is that what that is?
That's all it is.
I know it was mayate for years, but I don't know what a mayate was.
It's a beetle that eats shit, and it's fucking black as shit. It's like midnight black, So they call black people mayate or llanta. right?
Yeah.
Did you know
Yeah,
that one?
that's a tire.
It's a tire.
Yeah, yeah.
So, obviously tires are black.
Yeah.
So I walk into a restaurant. I go to this restaurant every fucking morning, Monday through Thursday before I go every morning, and then right before I leave to the airport, because I live off of Century and Eucalyptus.
Okay, I know that.
Which is like literally down the street from the airport,
Yeah.
like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
car ride.
That's Inglewood, ain't it?
Yeah, Inglewood.
Yeah.
So that's where I started living in LA.
My favorite Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. Shout out, bro. I need a sponsor, guys.
Yeah, right down the street, bro. That shit was fire. So I used to go to this restaurant. It was Mexican. I would walk in. They would talk to me in English, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, you go to Mayate." I didn't know what it was. I had no idea, right? So I told Carlos Mencia, right?
Oh, yeah,
You know that, right? So I tell Carlos, I'm like, "Yeah, man, they like me at this restaurant, bro. Every time they even gave me a cute nickname. They're like, what? And I go, Mayate, and he started dying, fam.
Yeah.
He was like, they call you Mayate, you fucking idiot. And I was like, what? He goes, that's nigger in Spanish. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So every time I walk in, I'm like, yeah, go to Mayate. Yeah. I'm pretty much like, the nigga's here.
That's hilarious, dog.
So I don't even know why we went into that story. I do my brain goes.
Me too. I'm a squirrel, bro.
Everywhere.
I'm a
So
squirrel.
it's not like on track. Anyway, so we were in school. My worst fight. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, sir.
My worst fight. I got into a lot of fights. I was this close to going to the same fucking opportunity school.
Are you got raised up in Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
I was
For some reason I thought you were from LA because when I met you, you were.
Well, yeah, I was living in LA,
Right.
yeah, and I was doing commercials and shit, but whatever. That shit never worked out. So I grew up in Miami. I grew up in Hialeah. Then my parents got a little money, went to Miami Lakes,
Okay.
which is technically
So you
still
went
Hialeah.
to HML?
No, I was supposed to go to American.
American, right?
Yeah.
So you went to Goldman or
I went to Barbara Goldman.
Barbara Goldman?
Yeah, so I was supposed to go to American because it's literally like walking distance, but my mom didn't want me to go because my sister was a lesbian and didn't want us to like whatever. She did it because growing up Jehovah's Witness, dog. She didn't want that influence. Yeah, dude. She didn't want that influence, dog. So I went to Barbara Goldman, and but I was in Miami Lakes Middle. That's where the worst fight. That was when I was really fighting, dog. Like, and I remember I fought this one dude and I fucked his ass up, right? And then they have those discs that you throw that you just like you grab it like that.
Yeah,
and you do a circle?
yeah, discus.
For some reason they gave us discus, right? And I'm just like now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, that's not safe for kids, whatever. And the teacher wasn't around, so we're in the middle of the fucking field, and out of nowhere they're like, yo, and I turn around and this dude hits me with the disc. I black out. I was laid out. There was like one chick that stayed with me, and then fucking like I was just like, yo, where the fuck am I?
For sure.
But I ain't no snitch, so I ain't I didn't call no teachers, no cops. I just had a big ass fucking bruise on the back of my head for like 2 weeks and shit. But that was the worst loss. The best win was what did I do? I fucked this one kid up, dude. Like I was just pissed, dude. I was just an angry kid in middle school.
Yeah.
Cause I was a nerd, bro. Like I had the tight pants and the fucking glasses and shit, and
everybody would talk shit.
And everybody was like, "Look at the fucking dork and shit." and then I was dating the hottest girl in school, and everybody started fucking like. It was only a week, nigga. Like we only lasted a week.
That's how school romances were.
Yeah, like it was a week, and then ever since I dated her, like I had to fight like 3 kids. Because they were in love with the same chick and shit. Yeah. And they were like, why you like this fucking dork and shit? And I had to beat their ass and shit, dude.
Yeah, of course.
But I was living in and out of fucking... I had in school.
CSI.
Yeah, I had CSI. I
used to live in that too, bro.
Oh, dude, my last suspension, they were like... They go, you fight one more time, we have to kick you out. And we have to send you to an opportunity school, bro.
That strained you up.
Oh, dude, I straight up was like, nigga, I'm not going to that school, dude. Like,
that shit was wild.
Like, imagine me trying to fight fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was some big ass dudes in school,
there
bro.
Were dudes that were failed school 10 times, bro. You're fighting adults in there.
It's like, nigga, how old are you?
Yeah, that nigga driving to school. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Driving to middle school.
All right, so we went from let's move on to the next part of your life, right? Next part of your life. So you went to jail. And what were you, like, at what age?
I went to prison at 23 years old.
Shit, why'd you go to prison at 23?
So from high school, right, at 18, I had a friend of mine grew up with him from diapers. You know what I mean? Grew up. He was always great in school.
Yeah.
Very cool kid. Never got in fights, nothing like that. He tells me, he's like, hey man, let's join the military. He told me about the Coast Guard, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know nothing about it. I was running the streets. I was selling my little Lego bags and shit like that. You know what I mean? He's like, but this guy was my like right hand man at that time. And he goes, let's go to the Coast Guard. The plus side about this is we get stationed somewhere in the United States. You don't go overseas.
Yeah.
And you know, we're in the water and we go on this buddy program. You go on boot camp to a buddy program. So me and him went to a recruiter. I joined the Coast Guard. And I was 18 years old. I turned 19 in boot camp, and I turned 20 in jail. I'll get to that now. So I turned 19 in boot camp, got out. I was stationed in Panama City, Florida, on a 210-foot boat. We'd pick up Cubans and Haitians, and I started having trouble when I was on a boat because we'd pick up Cubans. I'm Cuban, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it kind of like
and the thing is, like, what was weird to me too was like I come from the street. Now I'm kind of, in a sense, I'm kind of like a cop in a little bit, you know what I mean? And and these guys are like,
damn. So you have that conflict within
I had
yourself.
that conflict within myself. It was super weird, and I was like, damn, I didn't sign up for this. But so we pick up Cubans. I'd give them my food. I'd give them my cigarettes. I'd give them all my stuff, bro. And I'd get in trouble for that. They're like, yo, you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be guarding them. I'm like, these are my people. You know what it takes to leave 90 miles with your family on an inner tube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, so I'd constantly in trouble because of that. Now,
So what you get, like demerits?
yeah, they give me little demerits and make me wash dishes and bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So finally, 11 months into the course, I signed up for 4 years. 11 months in, they give me my papers to go to a diesel mechanic school in Virginia. I was super happy. Left there, you know. Again, you're talking to a 19-year-old kid, bro. You know that left the street life, and I'm trying to get structure in my life. That's what I always liked. I always was looking for structure. So finally, I had it. You know, with the military. So I'm in Tallahassee, Florida. My flight is the very next day at 2:00 in the afternoon. My boy that I grew up with ran all the clubs in Tallahassee. So I'm a 19-year-old kid, and like, let's say, for example, live doing whatever I wanted. So I'm in the club. I get off the Greyhound. We go to the club. I didn't want to, but I did. I'm not drinking anything. I had the sense of mind. I remember looking back thinking, damn, at least I had the sense of mind. So I didn't want to drink because I want to be sober and stay on point. At the club that night, the thing I remember, the thing I can remember most of, because I have no idea why all this started, but I remember these two girls came out to me, started talking to me. We talked, cool, everything's cool. They went their way. After that, I'm leaning on a pole again. I'm sober, and the club is packed. Probably, I want to say 20 feet from me is the bar, and there's two guys there talking. And I see one guy leaning over, talking, pointing at me, right? I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking around like, no way this guy's talking to me. There's 100 people in this club.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Another guy gathers up. All these frat boys, basically. And they're all like looking. And I'm like, bro, this is me, bro. Now I got 10 eyes staring straight at me.
Yeah.
So I remember I slid down the pole. I grabbed the Corona bottle, it was empty, put it in my back pocket, told my boy, yo, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. He's like, oh, I'll go with you. So I go to the bathroom, I take a piss. When I walk out, all these dudes are lined up right there waiting on me.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, bro? What are you talking about? I'm from Miami, dog. I know what's happening. I grabbed that bottle in my back pocket and I cracked the first dude in my face. Bop! They hit me over the head with a bottle too. I didn't know that. I thought they had punched me.
Yeah.
So the dude I hit collapses. We're fighting there with 10 dudes. Crazy club fight. Lights are turning on. People are screaming. All of a sudden I get bear hugged by some bouncers. They take me to the side. 2 bouncers. They turn on the lights. You know, the lights are on in the club. They're like, hey, they bring me a stack of napkins. They clean your face. I go, no, I'm good. When I look in the mirror,
you're all bloody.
I'm all bloody. I open my head up with a bottle.
Damn.
And brother, and it's 2 times in my life. I'll tell you the second one now leads to this, where I felt the devil come inside me, brother. You know what I mean? And we've all had that moment where you want to kill somebody. You know what I mean? Bro. And I had that moment. I turned red. I felt the tail grow. I felt my horns grow.
Yeah.
And bro, and I grabbed another bottle off the table. I told the boss, hey, I'm good, man. I'm walking. So my boy told me to just walk out the back. As I'm walking out the back, I see one of the dudes that started the fight. And I crack him again. Boom. That dude collapses. Cops are already in the club. They see me do this. So I'm running at the back. I come down the stairs. There's the upstairs club. I run down the stairs. I go to jump a fence. Cop grabs me off the fence. Boom.
Damn.
End up going to jail. At this time, I'm still in the Coast Guard. So this is 2 in the morning. At 2 in the afternoon, I'm supposed to be on a flight to diesel mechanic school. Never made that flight. Yeah. Stayed in jail for 30 days as a kid. You know, I'm 19 years old. I turned 20 in jail. I come back to the Coast Guard, and they tell me, like, look, man, we're gonna whatever it is.
It's dishonorably discharged.
Yeah, not discharged. They gave me a choice. They told me, look, either we're gonna take your rank down and take away your pay, demote me.
Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. Or this is the lieutenant I was talking to. He knew me well. He's like, or Diaz, I'll give you I'll give you a discharge. What do you want to do? I go, I want to get out of here. I want to go home. So they sent me to Miami. I worked here for a month. They gave me an honorable discharge due to civil court judgment.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So I got out good. You know what I mean? And again, I was a 19-year-old kid. This guy was a grown man. He was like, I don't want to mess up your life. This will mess up your life on anything.
Did you ever figure out why they started the fight?
I never did. Never to this day. I'm thinking the girls trying to make these guys jealous on some bullshit, and everything just sparked from that.
Damn, it doesn't keep you up at night thinking about it sometimes?
No, it did for a while, but not anymore. It was a while. So I go to court. I get put on probation. Right? I take the probation down to Miami where I'm living, and that was January of 2001. Now May of 2002, I'm at the Ale House in Doral.
Yeah.
And after, we used to go to Frankie's Bar, which is in the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
My boys get in a fight. I'm inside drinking, chilling. They told me, oh, they're fighting. So I come outside. I see a big rumble going off. And I end up getting in a fight with some dude. Cool. Cops are showing up. They're all cops are showing up. Metro Dade, everywhere.
And they don't fuck around there, bro.
They don't fuck around. But there has to be 50 people there, right? That has to do with the fight. So I leave. I walk off. I walk off. I get caught probably like 2 blocks down. A cop rolls up on me, and one of my boys is throwing up. I had to wait for him to throw up, so I get caught up. They asked me, hey, do you have something to do with that fight that happened over there? I go, no, sir, nothing. He's like, get in my car. I need you to go back with me. So I jump in the car. They take us back to the scene of the fight. Again, there's 50 people that had to do with the whole rumble, and there's 30 cops there, 30 cop cars, everything. So as I'm sitting there, one of the guy I fought, they're putting him in an ambulance. I busted his nose. He's screaming to the top of his lungs, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. Everybody, every cop, every person out here could hear it. So I'm like, I'm a 21-year-old kid. And I'm like, hey, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Here comes a lieutenant, head guy, HR, most stripes, everything. He comes over and he's like, hey, stop throwing up gang signs. I'm like, stop, I'm not throwing. As he's talking to me, you can hear this guy saying, hey, I'm going to kill you. I was talking, he's like, I don't care what he's saying, don't throw no. I'm not throwing no gang signs, I won't do nothing. All right, cool.
Yeah.
He walks back, he's still, interviewing people, getting things from people. So, but probably a minute, 30 seconds to a minute passes, this guy's still screaming. I'm like, hey, man, fuck you. I got my nuts on him, fuck you. So here comes the lieutenant again, grabs me, slams me on the hood of a cop car. And I go with it, I go, and I tell him, sir, I'm not doing nothing. And he open hand slapped me harder than I've ever been slapped in my life.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The devil came out?
Devil came out, bro. That's part 2 of the devil, man. I felt it come out. And I stayed there. He walked off probably like 10 steps from me, and I got up. And he turned around to come back at me. And I hit him so hard, bro, and I knocked him out. I knocked him out before he even hit the ground. He was out. And then had the devil in me, bro, you know what I mean? And the cops came, or every cop, 30 cops there came, beat the shit on me with batons, all type of shit, slammed me, hog tied me in the back of a car, and there started my process of going to prison, you know what I mean?
Fuck, dude, that's crazy, dude. First of all, I give you props for knocking out a cop.
Thank you, but at the same time, I don't want to brag about that because
I totally get it.
A lot of cops now, as an older, as a man, you know what I mean? I'm like,
trust me, dude. I wouldn't.
Those guys help me now,
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, listen. Most cops are, and this is the shit that I always tell everybody, especially after like the whole Black Lives Matter shit that happens, is like most cops are good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, I know a lot of cops, and I support them, and I usually I do stuff for the cops, and I do stuff for the Secret Service and stuff like that. But dude, like, there's some cops, man, that don't deserve that was fucked up.
It goes like with everybody. You got good people, you got bad people. You know what I mean? And again, I was wrong for doing what I did.
100%.
And just to add my butt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy was a grown man. You know what I mean?
Dude.
A cop.
What the fuck
you
was
could
he
tell
doing?
at that time I was a 21-year-old kid. I didn't have the tattoos I had, the goatee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was a kid. For him to hit me the way he did was wrong. That was wrong. You know what I mean? Now, for me to react the way I did was absolutely wrong too. But dude, I was a kid. I reacted as a kid would.
It's. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Like, and I'm a firm believer in this shit, bro. And I live my life through this. Is like for every cause there's an effect, right?
Absolutely.
It's fucking science.
Every action has a reaction.
Yeah, every action has a reaction. So and I take that even into relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in a relationship, I'm like, yo, like, oh, you know, why'd you cheat? Well, bitch, you did this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's another conversation I want to get into. So how has your love life been from jumping in and out of jail, right, or prison, becoming, you know, selling, you know, because you said you sold drugs and shit, selling drugs, and then like now you're a boxer. Like how, like what have you learned? Like how is it like, or what experiences have you gone through? Because I feel like it's kind of tough to live a balanced life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, through all this, through the Coast Guard, you know, I'm talking about now from after high school, right after high school, to the Coast Guard, to going to jail, to going to prison, all this. I had kids already.
Yeah.
I had my son.
Yeah.
I had my son, which is 23 now. I have a daughter who's 19.
Damn.
They went through all this with me.
How many kids you got total?
I got 4 kids. I got my son is 23, my daughter's 19. I got a 7-year-old son,
Yeah,
and
I met the small one.
Yeah,
I met
the small and the 8-year-old, which is my sister's son, but I got custody of him. I raised him, so he's my son.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love
Thank
that, dude.
Thank you.
Is there a reason why you took custody, or?
Just she just doesn't have her shit together. It's
I
not drugs or nothing like that.
I get that, bro.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with drugs or nothing like that. She just can't.
And
she can't take care of her kid.
And you can't even like judge somebody like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, dude, sometimes
all I do is help her. You know what I mean?
Dog, like sometimes and this is the shit people don't realize, man. Like sometimes life is hard, dude.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And when you add a kid to it, it gets harder. You know what I mean?
I have no idea because I got no kids.
Yeah.
My pull-out game is fucking impeccable. But dude, like I can't imagine having a kid in my career right now.
Yeah.
Because I work so much.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I wake up. I got this day job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a podcast, and then I'm trying to go out and do stand up afterwards. Like, there's no time.
Right.
Because you have to spend time with
my brother. Look, thank God I have a great support system.
Yeah.
You know, from my kid's mom to my mom to my girlfriend that helps me out. But me and my girl got a dog, and you know, and I've been traveling, especially after this knockout. Now I've been doing all types of things, bro. And I feel bad for my dog. I don't have no time for my actual dog. You know what I mean?
Fucking crazy.
So yeah, another kid, and the fact it would be, it's hard, man. It's hard, you know, and it was hard. Growing up, being a kid, trying to raise kids, getting in all this trouble, not being a good role model at that time, you know what I mean? And not knowing how to be a role model. I never had anybody in my life, never had a guy tell me, yo, that's how you're a dad, bro, you know? I learned it from Will Smith and Uncle Phil and all that
shit. So has boxing ever interfered with like relationships and shit? And this is the reason why I asked. Right? Let me preface it. As I do stand up, right? I dedicate more time doing stand up and my craft than I can into a relationship.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. So since I went pro, me and my kid's mom split up, you know. And it has to do a lot with, you know, I had different visions. Like that's it. I left my old self behind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see your vision, brother. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna see your vision. Not even your mom, your dad, not even the people that trust you, that care about you.
You want to know what my mom said when I told her I was gonna be a comedian? She started crying and was like, "Yo, like you're gonna do drugs
or some shit."
Yeah, you're gonna do drugs. And you know, like I get it. Like now that
but then you become successful and they're your biggest cheerleaders.
Oh,
you know
dude, like when she saw me on fucking, I think it was like Univision or some shit. I forgot what, or is it Telemundo? Yeah, yo, my nigga. She recorded it. She took it to church. She was like, "Yo, look at my son." Like, but at the beginning, nobody was on my side, bro. It was just the girl that I was with. She took like. She literally was like, "Yo, like I want you to do stand up because I think that you're good at it." But she was my only like support system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
After that, all my friends were like, "No, you stupid."
Well, I that's exactly what I was getting to. I had the same thing, brother. You know what I mean? Like, you know, at first I'm doing things for peanuts, brother, or for free. You know, and these are things that need to be done for free or for peanuts. But people don't see that vision. Like, oh, but you're gonna do that for $100, or you're gonna go do that. You're gonna go do this for free. Like, these are things I have to do. I gotta show face. I gotta shake hands, kiss babies. You know what I mean? I gotta do this. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of ass kissing in this business that people don't realize. You know?
Absolutely. There is a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of things you have to do to get to a certain point. You know what I mean? And as a fighter, I mean, it's the entertainment business too. Because when you're not fighting, you gotta be a people person. You know what I mean?
For sure, dude. And I'm, believe it or not, bro, I'm so introvert.
Yeah.
Like I hate last night I started free. I was at a Bay Club performing, and it was it was pretty packed, and I just started freaking out in my brain. Like,
Really?
yo, there's too many people here. People are rubbing up on me. People are trying to talk to me, and I'm not trying to talk to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very much an introvert. But then I have 2-3 drinks. Now I'm an extrovert.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the happy nigga that people like and shit.
Yeah.
That's why, like, sometimes it's a horrible. Fuck it. How do you say it? It's the worst of two evils.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can either have me as an introvert,
Right. Or 3 drinks later.
3 drinks later when I'm kind of tipsy, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I got in trouble that night of the fucking fight, dude. Of your fight in
Did you?
Hard Rock. Yeah, dude. Because the dude, what's the dude that drives the blue Rolls Royce? I think it was. Is it Rolls Royce or a Bentley? The blue Bentley. After when we went to Racket afterwards, he drove you in the blue Bentley.
Oh, yeah, my boy Louisville. Yeah.
That nigga hates me.
Does he?
I know he hates me, dog. Because I was talking mad shit about the dude. But I have alcohol in me. I just watched a dope ass fight. Miami's on the fucking map, you know what I'm saying? And I just, the comedian side of me, dog.
Yeah.
I'm making fun of his shoes. I'm making fun of his shirt. I'm like, you got a baby blue Rolls Royce? What kind of? And I don't mean it
Right.
maliciously.
Right,
You know what I'm
course,
saying?
of
Like,
course.
if I'm doing that, is because yo.
It's love, bro.
Yeah, dog. We're all nigga. I made fun of you, nigga.
Yeah.
Every time you came to the show, I talk shit about your hair. Or I talk some shit.
No, it's love. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm like that. I know that's the thing about me too. I know how to take things. Like I don't take things personal. You know what I mean? Nothing.
Yeah, dude. He took it. I heard he took it personal.
Did he?
hates
I
me, dog.
didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, he said something to one of my friends and was like, I don't like that nigga. And I was like, all right, dog. Well,
I ain't for everybody.
I ain't for everybody. I mean, like I thought we were cool. Like, I think I had apologized, but then again, I was drunk, so I don't really.
I don't know how the apology went.
I don't think that worked out too well in my favor. So a few more things, right? How do you train, man? Like, what goes through your mind when you're preparing for a fight? Because, I could only imagine, like this last fight that lasted 3 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Yo, how long did you train?
A lot. I've been training. So my last fight was February.
Yeah.
I fought on February 15, which is a Friday for bare knuckle. I won that, thank God, by knockout.
Yeah.
And I was back at the gym on Monday since February, and then COVID hit. And COVID is actually, and not to brag, because I know it's been hard for some people, but it's been a blessing for me, man. COVID's been a blessing for me. I built a whole gym in my backyard. I got a ring. I got all types of bags. I'm blessed enough that my coach is my backdoor neighbor. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're good.
So I never stopped training. We've been going. I've got a couple offers for fights. They kind of fell through this whole COVID thing, and this one came up. So, like I was telling you outside before we got in here, I was telling you, people see those 3 seconds. You know what I mean?
It's
a lifetime of work,
dog. It's like this is everything, and then this is that little glory. You know what?
A great friend of mine told me a story yesterday on the phone. We're talking about the 3 seconds. He told me a great story on the phone. He goes, this lady runs into Pablo Picasso at a grocery store.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh my God, Picasso, can you draw a portrait of me? He's like, yeah. 30 seconds later, he draws a portrait of me. He goes, here it is, $400,000, please. She goes, $400,000? It took you 30 seconds. He goes, it took me 30 years to learn how to do that in 30 seconds.
Damn, that's wild, dude.
And
that's
I was like, bro,
great story,
trust
dog.
me when he hit me yesterday. It's great, Shout out to Alejandro from Lucila Cakes, my boy.
Yeah, that's fire, dude. Well, I'll tell you this, dude. Like, people don't see the shit that
they don't see your grind, brother.
Nah.
That's why we're saying right now. Like, they don't see, like, when you go when you go gotta show face for free.
Yeah.
When you go gotta just do anything, brother.
Yeah.
Whether you're getting 100 or whether you're doing it for free or whatever it is, people don't see why it is. You know what I mean? And sometimes you don't see it either. Like, damn, man, I gotta do this shit now.
Yeah.
And then you don't know that a year from now all this is gonna pay off, bro. You know what I mean? You never know when it's your day.
I had no idea I was gonna be where I'm at today, and I still don't even know where I'm gonna be at in a year, 2 years, 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I just know that I can't stop doing it.
My brother, I sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
you're
but
good,
bro, I have my girlfriend right now. My girlfriend's amazing. She wrestles for WWE.
Oh, that
I met her a year. In a month it'll be a year that we've been together. She wasn't looking for a relationship. Neither was I, which is the best way to get into a relationship. Yeah. It's been amazing, bro. She's got my back through all this. Those 3 seconds, it's going on 3 weeks now. It's been a fight. Those 3 seconds changed my life, bro. I've been around the world and back. I haven't spoken to my real biological father in 4 years. my story of the 3-second knockout reached Spain, right? My dad lives in LA, been living in LA 20 years, but he's a writer, publishes books, well-known writer. He writes for this, aside from writing books, he writes for this publication that reaches all Latin America, Spain, Europe, all everything. Yeah. My story reaches Spain. Somebody in Spain sees it and says, yo, this is Nestor's son. They call LA and be like, yo, or they call him and email him in LA and tell him, yo, isn't this your son? So he sees it, reaches out to me after 4 years of not speaking. And it's like, yo, I'm so proud of you, dog. Congratulations, bro. You know, man, amazing what you're doing.
Did you cry?
I did cry a little bit, bro. I'm an emotional dude, dog, and I did, dog. It's crazy, you know what I mean? Because it brought us back. I'm not saying it brought us back together, but it opened the doors to have conversation again. Yeah. I'm a different dude than I was 4 years ago. So, you know, I told him, like, you know what we went through is I'm a whole different guy, brother. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of people say that, but I've shown it.
Yeah,
I know it. And just if you knew me 4 years ago and you talk to me now, you'd be like, brother, you are a way different person. You know what I mean? Yeah. And dog, life is amazing, brother. I you know,
dude. You know what? And it's great that you have, you know, the girl that's you know, the WWE girl. Yeah. I don't want to say WWE girl. That sounds horrible. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean. What's her name?
Ashley.
Yeah. Because you know. And you know, I'll tell you this from personal experience, right? As a stand-up, it's hard for me to find or be in a relation. Like I just stopped talking to a girl. You know what I'm saying? Because like, and it's not. No, she got the grind. Oh, yeah. Dope ass fucking human being. You know what I'm saying? Like she was awesome. She like it was great though when we went out. It was just perfect. Everything was perfect, right? And then it just got to a point where it was like, you know. She started going through a lot of personal shit, you know, and I'm not really around to, like, you know, help and do shit. And, you know, things were said that shouldn't have been said, right. You know, and then, you know, I'm just a cocky ass nigga, like, and not cocky, I'm prideful. So I like, bitch, I won't talk to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm wrong.
My fallback game is great.
nigga, I'm like, whoop. Yeah.
Like that Homer meme where he goes back into the bush.
And then this is the flip side, though, right? Even though I'm ghosting and not talking and not doing anything, I'm still hoping that I get the text messages and the calls. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really tough for us, right? Because even though I'm an artist, you're a fucking athlete. It's kind of the same. Yeah. It's kind of the same mentality. Like,
but you know what? Just to stay on this note for a second, like, knowing you because you're saying it out loud. You know what you are. You're being prideful. You're being in a sense, and I for lack of a better word, you're being a little stupid on your end.
Of course, nigga.
Yeah, so like, maybe on this podcast, you could be text like, yo, I know I'm laying down, baby, I miss you and I love you.
Well, I do, Wizard, right? But I can't, like, my brain doesn't allow me to. My brain is so fucked up, dog. Like,
But you can fix your brain, bro.
Dude, listen, man, I'm trying. Like, I go to therapy and shit.
Trust me, I'll fix my brain, bro. Mine was fucked up, too, bro.
It takes a while,
I'm still fixing it. It's never, I mean, we're never perfect, bro.
Dude, at all, dude.
It's constant work.
Listen, my brain is probably my worst enemy.
I still get my thoughts from back 4 or 5 years ago, or from 1999 thoughts, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, bro, what am I thinking, bro?
But you know how to, like... I'm sure you're at the point now where it's like you know how to bring back the horns and the tail, and you know what I'm saying.
Right, but you know what? I keep myself away from a lot of things. Like I don't go out no more, brother. I don't drink. First of all, I don't drink no more.
That's right.
I know that drinking for me is just
because I hung out with you a couple times. And I'm like, you want? You're like, oh.
No, bro. Cause I just, and it's not that I can't. I can have 2-3 drinks, have a good, but I'm not a 2-3 drink guy. I'm a guy who 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We're going hard or nothing.
And bro, and you know, and my girl kind of brought this point. She made me aware of this too, because she's in a huge limelight. You know, she's like, bro, you're a professional now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's not wrong to drink, but remember, like, when we're going out to socialize, there's people there that want to do business with you, and there's people that want to do things with you, and
you know what's crazy, dude? I didn't realize that because I would go get fucked up on the street.
Me neither, yeah.
And then you know, like clubs, you know, like owners and shit want me to do shows at their venue, but they're like, well, this nigga gets fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, dude. I didn't realize. Dude, you can meet anybody, bro. Your life could change like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know who you're talking to, bro.
Those 3 fucking seconds have changed your life like that, bro. Right. But, you know, it was everything that led up to.
Sorry.
How you got an alarm at 1 p.m.?
I gotta drink this at 1.
Oh, yeah. I like this nigga. I go night. But it's everything that led up to those 3 seconds, bro.
Exactly.
It's this.
Exactly.
And it's just, dude, 3 fucking. Think about that. The hours, the fucking running, the sweating, the punching, the fucking. Dude, I can't imagine, bro. Like I really can't. It's fucking wild. It's like me doing an audition.
Yeah.
I do 2 minutes on stage to hopefully get on TV.
Yeah.
And
that might be the biggest role of your life.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea. I mean, my first TV credit was because they saw a video of mine.
Well, that's awesome. That's crazy.
They saw, so Kevin Hart fucking, hey man, I got a TV show,
That's
whatever,
amazing.
blah, blah. And then I was on Comedy Central.
Well, look at this. I was on a movie called Den of Thieves. You only see me for a blink of an eye. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in a garage scene with 50 Cent. Great experience. You know, I was there for 3 months with these guys. I'm on the movie, maybe 10 seconds of total view, right? but that's got me in a lot of places in life too. And what's funny about that is that little scene, they turned into a meme for like Father's Day, because, you know, 50 brings his the date of his daughter. And that so again, like, I never knew that what was gonna come from that something else grew, and it just keeps. My thing to people, what I'd like to say to people to make a point from what I'm saying here is, stay consistent for what you do. Stay consistent,
all it is, bro.
Stay consistent.
We were talking about
day
that
in
right
and
before,
day out, right?
We were talking about that right before the podcast started. Like,
stay consistent.
I might have 10 viewers right now, but consistency at a certain
and you're not gonna wake up happy every day. You're not gonna wake up motivated every day, but just do it. Yeah.
And then you were in the baby video, right?
Oh yeah, I was in the pony video. Yep, that was a great chance I had there too, man.
I'm a big fan of that dude, bro.
Me too. I love
I'll
baby, man.
I'll tell you the baby story that I have. I was doing the Cardi B cruise, right? Which was what was it, last year? It was last year, I think. And so, you know, they want me to do stand up, but you know, it's so the guys that were putting it together, like they were trying to figure out how to do more entertainment, because they only have those concert slots.
Right.
But there's like niggas is stuck on a boat. Like, what the fuck are you going? What are they gonna do for 3-4 hours between dinner and, you know, what the next concert? You know, so they called me and they're like, "Yo, Cisco, what do you think about?" I'm like, dude, there's comedy on the boat. Of course you would have comedy on the fucking cruise that you know, because all they do is just rent out the boat and the employees, and then everything else is, you know, like they're taking care of entertainment and all that bullshit. So anyways, fast forward, first night, I think it was the first night there. Yeah, it was the first night there. So he's right before Cardi B. Yo, I'm VIP. I know the nigga that put this shit together, dog. So I'm in the front, nigga. I'm waiting. I'm a big the baby fan, nigga. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for the baby to come out, and this fucking big ass security guard. It's not the King, whatever the nigga is, but it's a different guy. Fucking, and he kept staring at me, nigga, like staring at me, and I don't get intimidated, so I stare back. I'm like, nigga, like, what's the deal? So I was like, I got a wristband, like, what's the deal? The nigga kicked me out of the section that I was in because he didn't know me or some shit like that. And I was like, give me a second. And I went and got the guy that put it together or whatever. I had to bring him, and like, you know, like, I missed the baby's performance pretty much, dog. Like, that was the one concert I wanted to see. I missed the baby's performance because some stupid ass nigga wanted to pull out his dick and just swing it in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that was my baby experience. But I heard he's like a fucking dope ass dude.
Hey, but you know what? I met him. We hung out that day on the set. He was a dope dude. What was cool was, at the beginning of the video, I'm dragging somebody in. We're supposed to be cutting somebody up, so I'm part of his crew on the video. And they had me wearing like kind of like a long sleeve button down shirt and all that. And he looks at me. He's like, man, you got tattoos, right? Because he's seen somebody. I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, take that shit off. Get in the tank top. So that's how you see me in a tank top in a video. Super cool dude, man. He's a great dude.
That dude. I just hear nothing but, like, Space always tells me he's a great fan.
Yeah. Space. Matter of fact, I talked to Space a couple, like a week ago. Supposed to be doing something with him soon.
My dumb ass haven't talked to him in such a long time, dog. But me and him we hung out on that cruise, bro. Space is such a good dude, man.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
So, last question. What was this, like, how'd this happen right here?
Okay, so I got 3 scars here. I'll tell you right now. This is 3 scars.
Yeah.
The big one right here, this long one, is a motorcycle accident I had.
Shit.
Yeah, I had a motorcycle accident. It's this scar. I have a rupture here, and I have metal in my knee from that.
Okay.
Then I have a small one here that happened to me when I had to be like 8 years old, 9 years old, around there, where I was running in my mom's house. You know when you run in socks and you slide, that old trick, slid right into the corner of her bed. Fuck. So I remember them holding me down while they're plugging wood out of the side of my eye.
Damn.
Lucky I didn't lose my eye. And then I have one up here that happened, I don't know, probably 6 months ago. I was sparring with my boy Hector Lombard, which is a beast himself. I was in there sparring with him, and I had headgear on, and I had new headgear. So when they put Vaseline in new headgear, he's hitting me, and I can't even see because it's sliding all over my face. So I told my coach, hey, take it off. He tells me no 10 times, and then the last time, and he hits me and it slides over, and I'm pissed off, so I rip it off my head. We come back, right, and he goes to hit me, and we both dug down, cracked heads, bro. I landed back, and I never get cut, bro. I've got 16 professional fights. I spar 3 times a week. I never get cut with punches.
That's crazy.
He hit me with a headbutt. I landed back, and I was like, whoa. And when I went like this with my glove, I saw blood on my glove. I'm like, damn. I walked over my coach. My coach was like, I told you. And I look, and he's like, you need stitches. And shout out to my boy Javi, man. He was the one who's been calling me this whole time.
My bad, Javi. I apologize.
And Rejuveline, he
oh, that's my nigga, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
We should call that nigga.
Let's
put that nigga on speaker.
Let's do it. Let's call him on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Let's call
Tell that nigga he's interrupting
He's a
our fucking
comedian
podcast.
too, bro.
Yeah,
He's
that
a
nigga's
trip,
hysterical, dog.
That's my boy since 6th grade, man.
That nigga better pick up too.
Yeah, he will. He's been blowing me up.
So
Javi stitched me up. But, hey.
Que vola, Sere?
That's why I haven't answered. We're doing this podcast.
Yeah,
We're still
dude.
on. You're on camera.
Say hi to the camera. Yo, he gives me the best. He gives me the best fucking IVs. I don't know what he puts in there.
The Monster IV. You give him the Monster IV?
The Monster IV, bro. This dude, I promise you.
I love you. I'll call you back after this podcast.
Dale, babo.
Are you game for tomorrow at 10 a.m.?
Hey, tomorrow 10 a.m. Yes, perfect.
Okay, I know. I just want so you can confirm. Call me when you're done.
Dale.
Let's go. Love you, my man.
Love you, people. Bye.
Dale.
Yo, I don't know what he puts in his fucking IVs, dog, but I will have the fucking
run through a wall.
Dude, I will have the craziest hangover, and I go get an IV, bro, and the next day, like literally 30 minutes later, I'm like, that shit never happened, dog.
Yeah.
That is. I don't think that dude's a genius.
Where you living by? You living down in this
I
area?
live right here. Yeah, I live in Miami Lakes.
Okay.
I live in Miami Lakes. Yeah.
I live right next to him. Right next to.
Oh, so you live down there? Yeah.
Yeah, right next to the Rejuveline right there.
Dude, fucking. So yeah, if you guys, he's not paying me for this shit.
Right.
I pay for my fucking IVs, so I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. It's the truth, bro. So go to Rejuveline Med Spa.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear this
He's
podcast,
a great guy too.
Dude's a great dude.
Great people work there.
Comes out to my fucking shows and supports the fuck out of me. Supports the fuck out of Caballo, bro. The dude's such a good
Caballo's
person.
my dog.
That's my nigga, dude.
I love that guy.
That dude.
That dude's
I'll tell you a
hilarious.
story about Caballo, bro. Like how we met. How'd you meet Caballo?
I met Caballo. Well, like a lot of people were trying to put us together, and finally we ended up doing a podcast together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bro, we hit it off. I talk to him all the time now. We actually know bullshit. I met him through Javi at Javi's house.
Oh, nice.
We did a barbecue at Javi's
Oh,
house.
for sure. Then.
Yeah.
So you remember Pepe Villete?
Yes.
So I used to help write skits and shit like that with
That's
Pepe,
awesome.
and Caballo was
Amazing.
his
That
main
dude,
nigga.
That dude was like a teacher.
Dude, that dude has made more famous Miami influencers or comics than any other person down here.
Amazing.
But like that dude taught me how to write, man. Like that dude, he's of course I can't say who he is, but he's a fucking genius. He's smart as shit. He works with He works with Pitt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he helped him start up that school that he has.
Yep.
I did a show for the teachers.
That's awesome.
For Pitt
I
School.
was actually at that school this morning. At Slam this morning. I did a radio show this morning.
Yeah, dude, I did a performance for the teacher. It was like a parent teacher conference kind of shit. So I did the very first one, and I performed for them.
Clean?
I had to, bro. So you know that's rough, dog. But anyway, all right. I know I keep saying the last question, but
No problem, bro.
favorite fucking fight.
Favorite fight?
Professional fight.
Favorite professional fight, man. You know what? I don't have a favorite fight, but I have a favorite era, man. I was always a big Mike Tyson fight. Mike Tyson.
Which, by the way, what do you think
fan.
about the Triller fight?
I think that
it was whack to me.
I think he won. I think he won.
Sure.
They gave him a draw because they're both legends. I'm a big
course.
fan of Roy Jones too. But I think Mike Tyson won that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard for me to call a fight because I've seen so many fights that
Yeah.
I have like a Rolodex running through my mind right now. But I just remember that era, man, and he was just a beast. And him coming out the way he did the other day with his black shoes, no socks, towel over. That's how I came out for my first amateur fight. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson. He was an idol to me, man, and it was amazing. And honestly, I'd have to say favorite fight would be excuse me, the one you went to. Nato got Evander Holyfield on tape for me saying, hey, look out for the monster, and I'm a huge Evander Holyfield fight, a fan. So
that was
amazing.
Dude. That fight was so fire, dude. Because to hear the wind get knocked out of a man and the scream,
he
that
screamed
came
weird.
out,
That was weird.
Dude,
He screamed loud.
I was like, this dude is. I was like, are we watching a tennis match? But dude, you know what, bro? I'm happy that you came out here to do the podcast, bro. I appreciate these stories because like people don't know, man. People don't know the shit and the struggle that we got to go through as you know, as an artist and as a boxer. And well, I don't even want to call you a boxer, bro. I would rather call you an athlete.
Fighter.
You know, not even a fighter, bro. An athlete, bro. Like you're just good at fighting. You are really good at fighting. Don't take that back. But dude, you know, because it takes a lot of mental toughness, man.
It does.
You know, when I tried to do football in high school and I got knocked out and the wind came out, I quit.
But it's not just, I mean, thank you, but it's not just being an athlete, bro. Like just being on stage doing what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's mental fortitude, bro.
Dude,
it takes a lot.
trust, bro. And I go through a lot of
people
depression.
can be funny within their friends, but get on stage and do it in front of thousands of people,
You
bro.
know how many fucking people come up to me, my friends think I'm funny. I'm but those are your friends, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friends were assholes when I started doing comedy because they were like, oh, nigga, you're funny. And then now that I'm like fucking funny, they're like, yeah, I remember like you weren't that funny, but I couldn't tell you. It's like, what kind of friend were you, son? But yeah, dude, I fucking keep being successful, bro, and I hope your next fight is even more legendary because this one's in the history books, right?
Guinness Book
like
of
this
World
is,
Records.
dude, 3 fucking nobody's ever done that.
Oh, and actually, it was faster than 3 seconds. So Guinness is reviewing it right now. They're gonna make it 2. They said.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
The dude just said go, and you just fucking just attacked the nigga, bro.
The guy was knocked out, and the bell was still ringing.
All right, so I want gloves with your signature on it. I want to hang it in my room. You're always welcome to my shows, but I know you're always fucking training anyways.
Thank you, brother. When is your next show, by any chance?
So probably not, it probably won't be
2021?
2021, but December 26th I'll be at Umbrella. So I try to do
Umbrella
Umbrella.
in South Miami?
Yeah, December 26th. Yeah, I got 2 shows. I got
live
an 8
right down the
o'clock.
street from Umbrella.
Down the Bible, yeah. I actually might be there this Saturday, depending, because somebody caught COVID or something like that. So yeah. But yeah, man, I just I always try to put on shows for Miami, so awesome. That's my goal, bro. Like I want to be the most famous, not the most famous, but like a
big name coming out.
I want a big name coming out. Like what comic have you ever heard is like I'm from Miami,
brother? That's what we work for. You know what I mean? Obviously the money and to be to be set in life, but to be known. You know what I mean? That's what we do. And brother, it's such a blessing. First of all, thank you again for the opportunity, my brother.
Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, Yuli_Monster, ULY_Monster on Instagram. That's the only thing I got. Go to Yuli Monster on YouTube. You'll find all my stuff there. I'm ringing bells all over the world now. Thank God,
I can't wait till you do a fight in Vegas and I'm able to go.
Hell yeah.
And like just fucking watch you. Just fucking like I'm gonna be the proudest. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we don't talk much, but every time we
don't have to, bro, because you my brother, and we're both working. We're both in our element. So months can pass and we don't talk. I still love you the same,
dude,
bro. You know what I mean?
And just to give you an idea, like you messaged me out of the blue one time. Right. Like I think we didn't talk for like 6 months, but we've been busy and shit. Yeah. And you were like, "Yo, you good?" And I'm like, "What?" And like the Miami nigga came out of me and was like, "What you mean? Like, what you trying to say?" You're like, "Nah, nigga, I'm just trying to check up on you." And and that's the most genuine. That was, and get that, like, I don't remember a lot of shit. Like, I remember that. That's the most genuine shit, and that's how I know you have a fucking good heart, bro. Like, you're a dope-ass nigga. Everybody follow Yuli the Monster. Thank you for coming out to Don't Be Weird podcast. Thank you, Baba. This is the second one.
Is it? That's dope. Awesome.
Yeah, all right.
Awesome. So 2 seconds, second episode, baby. Thank you, my brothers.
We keep these niggas on their toes like they in the trap. We keep these bitches in they pose like they taking snaps. We get that cockle out your coochie with comical tongue. That nigga's funny, girl, that's all I'm trying to say, huh?